Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Harry's Space. I'd like to introduce you. We've got back Simon 1.
Hello.
And Ayrton.
Hey, what's
Carby. Interestingly, both connected to Hong Kong. But I wanted to open with, Ayrton sent me this the other day. I thought it was absolutely amazing. That video of the dude surfing the 80-foot wave. What was his name? Roberto?
Yeah, Roberto something. Hold on, I've forgotten it. Actually,
80-foot wave. Because I remember when I saw it, like it literally looked like a tsunami. It's the kind of thing. It's the kind of thing that you would be running from.
Mate, me and my builder mate Tony worked it out. It's 5 houses high.
5 houses.
To the roof. 5 houses. If you fell off that, you'd be well fucked. And there's about 1 trillion gallons of water chasing him.
Because the thing is that if you fall off it, that's gonna crash on you, and you're not getting up, right? You're not resurfacing. There's no way.
No,
and I imagine there's something behind it as well.
Yeah, you have something following behind you. You got the second
you
got the second wave coming through.
I mean, it might not be 80, but it's still gonna be like at least 20, whatever, right?
It's going back on his name. His name's Rodrigo Gonzalo.
Yeah. Respect to that guy. It's absolutely amazing.
It's nuts.
But so then you were telling me like train for it. I was like, but how do you prepare for that?
How would you train for something
You
like
can't
that?
like walk up like 40 feet away, right?
No, so you got other waves around the world that simulate the kind of same kind of wave.
Because it's like the break. Because I watched it, right, and it's like crashing here, but he kind of gets
He just ducks around and then pops over the side.
So he must know it's going to break like
yes,
that.
so prior to
you don't leave it to chance.
No.
Sometimes you got to though. Sometimes you got to. Trust me, because not every wave is the same, right?
That's a fucking thing, isn't it?
So prior to this event, he's barely standing on like the lighthouse point. If you can see the picture, he would have stood there for at least 3 hours, just watching waves come through.
Oh, like
just studying them, how they're breaking, where they're breaking, and where each swell is popping up. Because
and it must 3 hours. It must be getting bigger and bigger.
And you're just watching it grow and grow. Because there's a place called Mavericks in California.
Do you know where that was? Where was that?
Which one?
The 80-foot one.
That was in Portugal.
Called
A place called Nazar. Gnarly wave, dude. It's like breaks onto rocks. It's super gnarly.
You got to be into weather as well, don't you, if you're a surfer?
Yeah, you have to watch the weather and kind of stuff like that.
It just takes me back to like Point Break, like original
Point Break. Yeah, when they're out in the ocean and shit.
Yeah, because I still think it's like one of the best endings where he just lets him go,
and
then he and Keanu Reeves is already walking back. He's like, "Where are you going? Let's wait for him to come back." He's like, "He's not coming back."
It's in the bar.
That's like Keanu Reeves' prime, where he's like, because he's got the surfer accent already. That movie made me want to surf. I still can't surf yet. Because you're a skateboarder.
Yeah. Well, I've always been scared of water until about 3 years ago. So I've never been in any water that's deeper than I could stand in by choice. And
oh shit!
So
you would be.
Yeah.
Because you would suit that lifestyle.
Well, I've tried. Because I learned to swim a few years ago in Mauritius, and so I got all confident, like, oh fuck it. So I tried wakeboarding, which kind of is not the same as surfing, and I fucking picked it up instantly. Didn't even drop once the whole time, and I was like, fuck, this is amazing. Fucking balls! I missed this out my whole life because I could go in the surfboard like a foam thing, cruise along, get on it, but because I could stand on it, but because I was in like that much water, like a metre away from the beach, nothing. So I'd never dare like swim out because if I fell off in deep water, I still don't know now. I'd probably have to wear a life jacket. Yeah. But no, I think I could fucking piss it. But like, I've always been too scared. I'd love to.
Because you're a coach as well. I remember
Yes.
you had a surf school.
I built a surf school
in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I built a surf school teaching kids and adults and everything. So it's pretty cool.
The first time I heard about it, I teased him because I was like, "Where's the surf in Hong Kong?"
Oh, you might have seen Jess. Didn't Jess and Rich go in Hong Kong? Oh no, you weren't there.
No.
I'm sure when I was in Hong Kong in the show, they went to. Can you remember anyone called Amber? Little Nepalese girl, really hot, about 21.
I don't think so.
Shout out to Amber.
Amber Gafer.
Amber Gafer.
Yeah, she's mental, but she's fucking hot.
Oh, that sounds like a good one. No, surfing in Hong Kong was pretty cool.
Yeah?
Like, yeah, you got like exclusive beaches and stuff like that.
Big wave. I remember because I was teasing about him, and I was like, what surf is there in Hong Kong?
No.
He's like, no, mate, Big Wave Bay. And then he's like,
Big Wave Bay.
and
Yeah,
then,
Dalang One.
and then he's like, I'm giving back to the community. I'm bringing back like business to Big Wave Bay. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. But I was like,
I've been there.
works.
I've been there.
It works really well.
There's like a little a touristy bit and cafe.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
It's really nice.
I based myself out one of the Koh Lok, shout out to Koh Lok store.
Nice.
Which was a middle store in Big Wave Bay, so it supplied like
go on,
food
say
to
the
them.
Chinese name, Big Wave Bay.
Dalang One.
Ooh.
Not bad. Taxi driver recognized that.
Yeah, of course you would. Like, oh,
Actually,
right.
there's
So
one thing
Dalang One,
my Chinese friends always used to like take the piss because you learn the names for the taxi drivers,
Yeah.
and I always used to say, look, if the taxi driver knows where I'm going from what I say, then it's
They're
good
like-
enough. But they're like, because I was like, where do you live? I was like, Tonga One, and they're like, where's that? Oh my god! And they're like, look, the taxi driver knows, and they're like, oh my god, don't speak Chinese ever again. I'm like,
Your Cantonese is good. Your Cantonese is good.
my Mandarin is way better, but
Why is your Mandarin better?
because it's international school in Hong Kong.
Oh yeah.
Right, and they already knew like Mandarin would be more practical,
So did you have to do Mandarin lessons?
Yeah, Mandarin lessons.
You
Yeah.
did as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
I skipped out.
When did you arrive in Hong Kong?
2012.
How old were you? Because you were a baby compared to
No,
us.
yeah, just turning 18. Just turned 18.
Oh, so it was your last years, and you were.
I just did 1 year at South Island School to
Oh.
finish my college degree. And then
Because you
did
never studied Chinese.
yeah, and then I did university.
In Hong Kong?
Yeah, I did HP.
Where'd you go?
Hong Kong and IED.
Okay.
6 months.
I wonder what was mad there.
What did you study?
Sports science.
Why are you smiling about it? Apparently, you can study surfing.
Yes, you can.
But
Somehow.
and I was imagining like.
Somehow.
But I imagine actually it'd be quite a cool subject actually.
Yeah, well, I think what you learn is
'Cause you were
surfing
studying
all around
Marine,
surfing.
not marine biology, but
No, but
like,
you learn about the water, how
Yeah.
to build surfboards, how to recycle environment, and where the next step is going. So you're not just learning surfing.
I'd like to make a
You're learning the
surfboard.
whole.
That'd be nice.
Well, that would be awesome. I've never
Yeah,
done it,
okay.
but I want to do it.
Yeah.
Take time though, for sure.
So how can you can skateboard as well?
Yes,
So
skating.
how similar is skating to surfing?
A little bit, I would say, but I would say more wakeboarding. Skateboarding is more to wakeboarding, and like snowboarding, but snowboarding is more related to surfing.
Yeah.
But now you've seen skating is evolving into the surfing world by the two new skateboards that have come out called the Carver and another one done by Jamie O'Brien, which is done by Circle, I think it's called.
What is it called?
Surfskate.
Is it the type of board? Is it?
Yeah, it's just a brand is called Carver.
Oh, okay.
And the whole design of the truck moves like this, 180.
Yeah, so you can
So yeah, it rotates.
you
So
can
you can
go
just like powering on a wave on a surfboard, you're doing the same on a skateboard now.
Interesting. And then have you guys seen that new thing? You're like out of water and it's like a jet.
Oh, the
Yes, man.
foil.
Oh,
the
they
foil,
did
the
that
foil
in
jet.
Singapore.
Oh,
Isn't that in
nice.
Singapore? And I did it in Sentosa.
It's like the board. It's not the jetpack.
Yeah,
one,
no,
right?
I
it's
do.
like it's like the board.
Yeah, it's on a hydro
And the
foil.
guy, if you like bounce it, then
Yeah.
you can. Oh, no, there's no
With the
jet,
yeah.
but you like, there's
Yeah,
no
the
jet,
Kai
but
Lenny,
you
no?
bounce it.
Yeah, the one I sent you on Kai Lenny
Yeah.
with the hydro foil, and he's just pressing it, and then you got the one that's just come out now, I think 3 months ago with the jet.
Yeah,
You
because
can
there's
just
one
fly
without
out
the jet, but if you
and do
keep
all
the
sorts.
momentum, and I
You
was
can
like, I
keep
don't even know
pumping.
how that works.
It's just like pumping on a surfboard.
Yeah.
But on a surfboard, you're just using a front foot, but on this, you would have to
What do
like
you mean
rotate.
pumping? What's pumping on a surfboard?
Surfboard is you're tapping your front foot. It's like speeding you up kind of thing.
No way.
Yeah.
Just by tapping it.
Yeah, a little bit. So when
Yeah.
you're starting off, you'll be tapping.
Really?
So you just set it up on top of a wave. You just tap a couple times, and you go a little bit faster.
Why does it make you go faster?
It's just science.
Tell me the science.
I wouldn't know. It's just been it's how I've been taught ever since growing up. Is
I know, science, silent.
No, imagine less friction.
No, it's
Yeah,
because
I
it's
would
same
say
as
so.
pumping on a skateboard. So basically, what you're doing is where you get your forward movement is the release of pressure you've put into something. So on a skateboard, it's called tic tac. You go left to right.
Yeah.
So it's you're putting pressure on the left down, and it's the release that you come off with. Because your foot's on it, yeah, it'll have to go one way or another. It'll go that way. Same as a surfboard, you're doing that into the wave.
But you're going diagonally. Like,
Yeah, so
No,
it's
on
yeah,
surfboard,
but on a
just-
surfboard, you
just
just go
tapping,
straight.
and then
yeah.
to pull up, then you're doing your S's on the wave.
See, I reckon I could surf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do a trip. I'll teach
Yeah,
you guys.
yeah.
Let's organise a trip.
But
Fucking love
we're
to.
in England, Brighton.
We can go Cornwall.
Cornwall, yeah.
Nuki.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, local.
Fat Willie's surf shack, bro.
I've never been to Newquay.
I think
Pretty good.
once.
Fistral
Pretty
Beach.
cool.
Fistral Beach is pretty
We
good.
should set that up. Anyone like in Newquay,
Yeah.
try to help us out. Yeah.
Well, Amy,
That'd
a
be
friend of
pretty
mine,
cool.
Amy Carmine, beautiful DJ friend of mine, was meant to be going to Boardmasters there. They do Boardmasters.
Yes, I was invited to that event last year.
Yeah?
Oh,
Did you
yeah,
go?
no, I had to work.
Ah.
Work forced me to work. I was at the lawn at this time, so mission stuff couldn't get out.
Oh well, yeah.
So it's interesting that both of you are into fitness. It's because I'm the only one that like goes to like a gym. Like I go to like CrossFit and stuff. You built your own gym.
fucking-
Yeah, I built my own gym in my
and
back garden.
you just I like the way you do it. You just have a pair of rings.
So
But the thing is, like, he never works legs.
I don't know.
He doesn't care. He just wants the abs.
He just wants the top body.
Whereas like I'm like all about the squat. Right?
Yes,
And
no.
he's
So
like-
you're gonna get those people who just look like a V, no?
Well, I've got no, but I luckily I've
It's a
got
cartoon.
I've got a bit of a fat ass and chunky legs, which isn't cool. But if I work out my top half, it'll balance it out.
But that's the thing, I reckon, because you were a skateboarder.
Yeah, well, I
Like, you've got
skateboarded.
the foundation. It's not like it's not
Yeah.
like big legs.
Same as you,
So-
like, you know,
Yeah,
skateboarding.
my
Because
natural-
you think if you're doing that pretty much in my
Every
heyday,
day.
like 4 hours a day, every day for like 5 years in a row. You know, and also like, as I tailed off, I still always wanted to skateboard. But I've started to do like when I do my pulls, I'm doing like a leg hold like this, and that's fucking giving me something. But it's
Are
something.
you serious?
Yeah.
You consider that leg workout? You hold your legs
That's
straight.
abs. That's abs.
Yeah.
Four.
That's purely abs.
So what do you do for legs?
I just
go
hold
like
my
this.
legs up.
I lift my leg in the air. Well, what do you do? You crazy squats. I don't like squatting.
No, but one thing I was talking about with my sister. Like one thing I find interesting about parkour skateboarding is like a lot of people when they first see it, they're like, oh yeah, you do that though. By the time you get older, you're gonna wreck your knees. But the thing is like my cousin like still skates. He's in fantastic shape for his age. You know, and I feel like the more active you are, like you're gonna, it's good for your joints.
No, yeah, no, but
Well,
going back when
it's
your
not
sister, it's true though because like, I'm really struggling with my left knee, and that's my back that's my back foot.
But that's
my
because you
surf
stopped
ball.
working out. You got fat.
That's true. That is true. But my left knee is my back foot, my surfboard, which takes a lot of pounding from pushing and everything else.
There is
Oh,
wear and
that's
It's on a
tear.
wakeboard.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
So you think it does wear and
yeah,
tear?
it does wear and tear. 'Cause my right knee's fine, but it's my left knee. Same with my dad. My dad's doing the same thing right now.
But I reckon if you keep it active and you do like rehab work, like if you,
I think so.
you're not into like you don't
No,
stretch.
I'm
or
not
yoga
stretch- no, I don't
You
do
just
that.
have
That's
to
just
do
straight
less
into it.
and prepare more.
Yeah.
So I couldn't skate like when I was skating. So in my teen years, like I would like get home from school, probably skate to school, get home from school, maybe stay out till it was dark. You know, so maybe sort of like 4 hours a day, like every day for years. And if I did that now, I'd be fucked. I think you can still do it now, but you got to like warm up. So I'm like 43 now, you know, middle aged. And although I'm quite surprised, I did 100 meters.
43 is the new 25.
Yeah, well, I did 100 metres
Yeah,
earlier, it was 15 seconds, and I'm waiting for tomorrow where I can't walk. Right now, I'm alright.
And what was I saying in the next track? Tomorrow he's gonna be like limping and saying, "Oh my god."
I bet you, I'm going to video it tomorrow and see if I can get out of it. I'm glad Amy's not coming there.
You know, it's funny you're saying that because I remember I saw this thing on Instagram and I thought it was so true. That like when we were kids, like our parents used to call us, like when we were kids, our parents used to like call us in for like dinner, like hurry up and come inside, and then you'd always be playing outside. Now it's like kids get outside, you know, like stop
Something inside, yeah.
Yeah. No, that was it. Was it? We used to use the internet to escape reality, and now we use reality to escape the internet.
Ooh.
That was something like that. And it's true. You know, people's heads fucking down all the time. It's nuts. It's fuck. People are lost in VR.
Because you grew up South Africa, like South Africa culture, like you're always out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're born outdoors. Like I was always told I was born in the ocean because I was never at home. I didn't go to school. I was always found in the ocean. Like,
That's found.
Where's Em? Look in the ocean. He's over there somewhere.
Watch that.
Why not, man?
Where have you guys been?
Look at his head, you know.
I've been screaming here.
Like, he wanted to go to school for some reason. I was at the fucking beach. Like, dude. Come on, Mum.
That's been my whole life, and I was pretty grateful for it. Like, because
Well, it's weather-wise as well. Like, And it is where you're born. If you live somewhere beautiful, you're going to have a better life, I think, and want to just be near nature. If you live in a city, like fucking, we all live in Hong Kong. Imagine living in one of them.
What's so funny is I feel like human beings are like so we want it perfect, because if it's like hot and outdoors, it's like, yeah, let's get outdoors, but then it could be too hot, like too humid. Like you thought Singapore was too humid.
Yes, bro, Singapore.
I never say it's too hot, but there were days.
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Is like coming from Hong Kong, coming from Singapore and Hong Kong, and then I got here, and then you hear English people going, "Oh my God, this heat wave, this summer's too much." I'm like,
they moan 24/7. What are you on about?
Why are you wishing for the rain back? What's wrong with you?
There was one day this summer, no, because I love hot weather. In Singapore, a couple of days, I was like, all right, you can fuck off. Like literally, like fuck this. But in England, there was only one night that I was like, man, this is fucking hot, and it's the hottest summer I can remember. I think.
I think that was like 3 weeks ago. No, my bedroom told me it was like 32 degrees in my bedroom.
36 degrees in London.
It was nuts.
It was like.
I had to buy a fan. I mean, that was one weird thing, being like an Asian kid coming back here, and it's like, what do you mean? There's no aircon? I was like, what's this thing on the wall? It's like, we need a radiator. Like,
what is a radiator?
Exactly.
What is it?
Like, where's the aircon?
Don't need that shit. Yeah.
But so one thing I found too about Asian countries, which I couldn't understand first, was like it was so hot, like you wanted to walk around naked, and then I saw people like they had shirts, but then they had vests on under the shirt, and I was like, why are you doing that? Must be so hot. And then I worked out, it's to absorb the sweat, and I didn't realize that it's to absorb the sweat so it doesn't get like. Because you see like a lot of Western dudes like not used to it, they go out and they just get massive sweat patches in the shirt, especially if they walk 2 meters. And I didn't realize you wear the vest, like even though it's gonna kill you with extra heat, but it's to absorb your sweat so your shirt doesn't get sweaty. Which I was quite interesting.
Would you rather wear a shirt or sweat?
I think just get naked, like just work hard on the abs
and look good.
Yeah.
And live your life in board shorts.
No, because I reckon if the sun's out,
I did that in Hong Kong, dude. I lived my whole time in board shorts.
Yeah.
Board shorts and a singlet.
I could live my whole life in a towel and maybe this.
Oh, legendary.
I wore the same fucking sandals for about 7 months in a row, from Florida to Singapore to and now I'm wearing fucking trainers.
Because I mean, it is one benefit about being a guy is we can take our tops off. I do feel.
Yeah, but girls can wear less because they can get really short shorts on and belly tops and shit. You know.
It is outrageous, like.
You always got to wear shorts here.
Yeah.
That's true though, but that's what.
But don't you feel like the context is so funny? Like if you see a girl and like she's in her underwear, it's like, oh my God, like you caught me. But then it'll be even less in a bikini, or like some of those workout gears, like even less, and you're just like.
I think what it is what that is, because I've thought that as well. I thought
it's context.
I know, it's like
I think it's just a mental mind state of like bullshit that they have.
No, maybe because it's got a ribbon on it, like you can't.
More luxurious. Oh, sorry, you can't see me in this one.
I know what you mean, but it's what it is. It's locational appropriateness. Like if you're on a beach, it's fine to look like you're about to have sex because you're almost naked. Fine, you don't care if a million guys look at you. But if you was in a lift,
it's a whole different story.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, that's a bit awkward. But I think women should walk around in bikinis all the time.
But you know, it's
unless they're fat, because I will say it on this podcast. Unless there's a medical reason for it, you shouldn't be fat. I think it's horrible. Not an aesthetic reason, but for like it proves signs of gluttony and bad choices and ill health. And I don't know. I hate to be like 30 stone fat. I'm not talking about just normal people fat, but like fucking. Oh, I don't want to see that.
But how much of that is people's fault? And how much of that is just like the nutrition of our age?
It's both. That's their fault because no one. They put that shit in their mouth.
But is it with the advertising, with the convenience?
Of course.
Like, especially people work hard, and McDonald's is right there.
Of course.
Yes, going home. Oh, fuck, getting home at 11:30, I can't bother to
right, exactly. And it's a very valid
Pizza,
reason.
McDonald's burger.
Yeah, it's a very valid reason.
And you know what it's going to taste like? Because they all taste exactly the same, they all taste great.
Yeah.
And it's an onslaught.
And even if you got a salad at McDonald's, no one's going to McDonald's for it.
You know, their salad is 700 calories.
Yes, even a salad is fucking as bad as a fucking burger.
That's insane. I think a lot of people don't realise that it's the calories that make you fat.
Yeah, eat what you want. Just like don't. I think what it is, and what makes people fat, is terrible food, and it's bad because it's advertised highly and it's cheap.
I just feel so that's why I like the more I've thought about it, the more I watch, the more I feel like it's not like I feel like you can't put it on the individual. You can't be like, well, it's your fault you're fat, when as a society we should be doing something about it.
Because they all should individually be doing something about it.
Yes and no, because if you created this environment where you're like only 1% of people are like shredded, but that's because they're like psychos when it comes to discipline and like focus, and you like, okay, you have to be a psycho to stay in shape. Like, why is it?
but that's
why
true.
the average to stay
psycho
in shape?
fitness?
You know, especially school kids. Why aren't all school kids like the way look like the way they want to see? Like, I remember I saw this video of like these kids in the 50s or 60s, and it looked like army training camp, and that was like them at PE.
Yeah, well, Jamie Oliver's done a lot to help that.
Shredded.
Yeah.
But that's in the UK. But I mean, you go to like Asia or whatever. Hong Kong, and like I remember Hong Kong. If you do PE, it's considered a waste of time. Like, why?
It was a waste of time. PE in Hong Kong, still to this day. sorry, it's international schools, but PE was a waste of time.
Yeah, fuck you, Hong Kong.
We just played basketball and playing football.
I just feel like this podcast is like slowly alienating people.
No, we love everyone, but
no, it's true. Yeah.
Going back to fat people and going back to my decision lately to become a vegetarian, it's fucking expensive to eat nicely as a vegetarian.
Because it's so expensive. As us growers, to grow you an avocado or cherry tomatoes or whatever, will cost us so much in electricity or environmental or what we're doing. It will cost so much to pay for what you want at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And there ain't enough man hours or labour to produce amount of how many vegans or vegetarians. The prices have to.
It reflects it, but then that's bad because then it means that me eating something alternative that I like, that is good for me and I want to eat, limited, like if I want some avocado on rye bread with some fresh basil and some mozzarella cheese and that, it's going to bang all of a sudden you're looking at like 10 quid or some shit. You go out and buy 10 chicken wings and chips and it costs you £1.50.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're saying healthy food is expensive because it costs so much to make?
Yes.
That's not true, mate. Like meat is subsidized. Meat is crazy expensive to make.
But there's more people eating meat than there is more people eating your tomatoes and everything else.
That's true.
Do you want to take it back? Google it right now.
I know the numbers are there, but you can't say that meat is cheaper because of the demand. It's not.
It's because you can buy it bigger and produce them bigger.
Okay. The big example is like water.
Yeah.
Right? Why is Coke cheaper than water?
Because of all the other shit they're adding into it. Because water's more natural.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying like, okay, I understand the supply and demand argument. But when it comes in terms of making stuff, it doesn't cost much to make water. Yeah, you're making shit. But the thing is like the marketing and the subsidies and the companies behind it, they've made it easier to drink Coke. It's cheaper to drink Coke than to drink water.
Only in Mexico. In Mexico has
Mexican Coke.
The average, Mexican Coke. The average Mexican drinks 2 litres of soda, which they call soda, but they mean Coca-Cola. They have the highest rate of teeth decay and uptake of diabetes now because it is cheaper than
same in Africa. When growing up, my mom, sorry mom, whatever, if you ever watch this or listen, she used to put.
Why would she not?
She would 7 bottles of like milk bottles full of Coca-Cola, like when I was like 4 years old, let's say.
Wow.
And I'll have them around my cot sleeping, and by the morning they'll be gone.
Fuck. You're drinking Coke.
Coca-Cola instead of milk, bro. I'm sorry, Ma, but
that's nuts.
Okay, so one of the amazing things I remember I saw on this TED talk was it was saying like this UN were trying to get water to like some village that needed humanitarian aid, and then once they got there, they found that Coke was already there because people when they want something they make their own routes to get it. And I just found that amazing that like they're struggling for water, but they have Coke there already.
Oh, that's gnarly.
That's like crazy.
It's the power of Coke. Apparently, if you wanted to sell Coke, they'll get you a Coke, a fridge, and a vendor's license within 24 hours.
No way.
That's amazing.
But talking about commodification of that sounds. This is McDonald's. They built in Newark, in Nottingham, and it went up once the ground was in. It went up in like 30 hours from the foundations drying to the doors fucking opening, which is crazy. It's like poof, poof, you're gonna get fat. there's like a fucking housing estate around it, and all fucking fat, of course. You know what I mean? But yeah, if they want to make you sell something, they'll make it happen.
McDonald's in 30 hours.
So interestingly,
That's super gnarly.
you've just become, but you're not a vegetarian, but you're living a veggie life.
For it's 5 weeks, I've eaten meat. I had a chicken burger, McDonald's chicken burger, about halfway through. Yeah, about halfway
It's
through.
the worst one.
And I've had prawn and stuff like that, but no, fundamentally, I have sort of gone vegetarian. I've been eating fish a little bit.
So why did you go vegetarian then?
Because I wanted to have a thinner face and I want my abs to look more ripped.
So, but do you really, what you reckon vegetarianism is going to do that for you? Because I reckon...
There's zero research on it, but I just figured that if I'm eating less calories and saturated fat from a product, then I'm going to lose weight.
See, because I reckon it was easier for me to stay in shape when I was a meat eater.
Yeah, but I was eating loads and loads of meat.
It's harder back then to eat the right products. Because now, if it's proven a vegan will look better than somebody who just eats normal products.
What is that?
It was on Instagram like the other day.
Oh, so that's the truth then. Because Instagram says...
But dude, like who knows?
Dude, that's like the most bro science. That was the most bro science answer ever. It's been proven that vegans look better. But how do you know that? Instagram.
Yeah, but if there's a picture of a dude that is it?
And what was the Instagram account? Vegans rule.
No, not even.
And it's like a picture of the
Not
dude.
even.
Dude, this is me as a vegan, and yeah, no, but so I mean, so interestingly, when I became vegetarian, I did it not for looks. I did it because of moral reasons, and I.
That's the worst reason.
Yeah, you still want to take a little pig.
Because they're still
that's something I want to touch on later as well.
They're still gonna die.
That's something I want to touch on later as well. But like I did it for that reason, and the thing is, like initially, I found it really difficult because in general, I don't like fruit and vegetables. And I used to love eating meat. So when I made the transition, it was really difficult because all I could eat was like comfortably was like rice noodles, pasta, pizza, and like that's gonna make you balloon. So I do find it interesting when people are like, okay, I want to be veggie just to lose weight.
Alright, so for instance, what I'm doing now, if a vegetarian meal, I'll get like half a broccoli, chop it up, half a pack of mushrooms, courgettes, onions, and I just basically fucking stir fry everything.
Alright, now, okay, change that whole thing.
Ayrton's a chef.
Yeah.
Okay, so take that whole idea and throw it out the window, right?
Okay.
Take cauliflower, take a cheese grater or a penne, pane, and just grate it, cauliflower raw.
Yeah?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, raw.
We should do a cooking episode.
Yeah, we could do a cooking episode. I'm down to do that as well.
Yeah, man. We can eat it.
We can do a vegan or vegetarian one too.
We'll do
Why are
meat.
you being so nice about it when we're recording? But when we're not recording, you're always like veggies, and like.
Let's do it for the gram. We could do meat versus veggies versus
So the
vegan.
gram is the tube. It's the tube. Actually, IGTV, shout out.
Yeah, exactly. No, so take your raw cauliflower, take your courgettes, Spanish onions, spring onions, eggplant is very nice in it, aubergine. Use a little bit of bell peppers, but I like to use the green and yellow ones, provides more colour. So when you're using like a white, you always want a lot of colour into your product. So just, yeah, exactly. So take like a teaspoon and a half of water, cauliflower, mix it around, make it all moist, and then turn up the heat. So it's like soft frying, add your oil. But beforehand, on a separate frying pan or before, fry your vegetables first. But slowly cook them out, so just take out all the liquid. So increase the flavour, and then you add your seasoning, your salt and pepper, and a little bit of butter. Or you can don't have the butter.
I love butter. I'll still do eggs and shit, yeah.
And then in your cauliflower, take 1 teaspoon of curry powder.
Oh, okay.
And it just gives it a little bit more flavour.
This is like rice, isn't it? Like
so it's cauliflower fried rice, basically.
I'm going to do that tonight.
And you can have that with the lamb. I made that for Emily like last night, or not last night, 3 nights ago, 4 nights ago.
Well, I don't know when this is going to air.
Okay, so I did like last week, let's say.
There's your trust in me last month.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was a banging dish. She actually really liked it. It was a roasted lamb with a homemade mint sauce, and it's got fried cauliflower. things you told me about. And that's banging.
Okay, backtracking a bit. What are your guys' thoughts on? So I became vegetarian, moral, ethical reasons, like. Big festival in China. So for cultural thing, big festival in China, Yuling Dog Festival. They eat the dogs. Now the thing is like a lot of people get massively upset because they have dogs as pets. But the thing is like it's not your culture. Like you were talking about earlier. Like if you think you love eating steak, but that's because cows aren't sacred to you. So it totally depends on your culture.
I don't think
so
it's
why is eating one animal okay?
Look at springbok. It's South Africa, right? Springboks are rugby animal, right?
Yeah.
It's our national animal. We eat the shit out of that thing.
And
Well, that's because you want the powers.
I think
It's like,
you want to absorb the powers.
It's a very beautiful. It's
the most
a
beautiful animal,
It's a beautiful
right?
animal. It's got national heritage, but people still eat it and they don't mind.
Still eat it every
But
day.
I think what you should do is judge on intelligence. Really, like dogs. I don't care if a protein meat source. Yeah, some dogs are good, just for the size and that. But they do have a base level of intelligence, which I think we should eat animals that can be that clever. I think if it's like cows are stupid as fuck. Springboks are beautiful.
Oh man, that's so.
They're dumb.
Cows, dude.
No, but the thing is that if you go on these vegan channels, you go to things, you'll see there are very intelligent cows.
They're not intelligent. But like only for their
But
benefit.
they're very like sweet and
they're cute and that. But
Then why are cows sacred animals in India then? I feel like if they're so stupid.
because they probably didn't like to eat meat.
I think it's perspective. I think it's context. Like I think
I think it's a given milk.
all animals are so much more intelligent than we give them credit for.
Not all of them. Like I want to eat a squirrel.
Oh.
Clever.
Okay, what about rats? Rats are fucking geniuses.
No,
If you don't eat them.
Yeah, don't eat them.
Some people do.
Yeah, Vietnamese.
It's alright.
Vietnamese.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I would like to try it though.
Well, what they do in Vietnam.
What you just said? He's a rat, and I'm like.
There's some people eat in Vietnam. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Something new,
Yeah,
right?
I've had hamster.
Yeah, like
I've had
I've eaten
hedgehog.
rabbit, I've eaten snakes, I've eaten
But
crocodiles.
that's what I mean. Is it like in people's head, or do you think when you break it down, like should there just be common rules? Because I feel like if you're going to say one thing, then you should say it for all things.
Well, if there was a
Things like-
million people in England that had a cow in their house and slept with a cow and took pictures of the cow, I'd think,
I
okay,
don't think
maybe
he's
not.
gonna eat it.
Okay, but I mean, but if you had because they're massive, but that's if you had the capacity to.
Okay, no,
I'm pretty
bring
sure
back
there's
on
like
that.
some farm guys that like it's like their favorite cow and they're not gonna kill it.
Oh,
Oh, for sure
course,
not.
you know,
There's people in America right now have pigs in their house.
I mean, I saw some Russian dude's got a bear, you know, and there's another
Yeah.
one that's got a tiger,
Yeah.
you know. So it's like it's totally.
I think you should eat any prey animal, any animal that falls.
As a
that-
hunter.
No,
As a-
I know.
as a-
I don't
as a-
think
as
you
a
should
predator.
eat. I don't think
Yeah.
you should eat any animal.
I think you should.
And,
you should
I
do
think,
it.
and,
should
I, and I
be able
feel
to.
like we should be investing in
Organic growth.
Yeah, and alternatives.
Making everyone be able to grow. Because then everyone can actually afford to eat healthy. Because
Yeah.
if more people are growing organic vegetables or vegetables themselves, it actually would become cheaper because groups will be coming together
Yeah.
to make their product from, let's say, 20 kilos of cherry tomatoes to 500 kilos of cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, because
They're going to make more money from it because they can distribute to more places.
right now cheap fruit and vegetables taste shit. You know, cheap meat tastes fucking awesome. Like this is a good example, right?
It's true.
You get cheap.
It's true.
You make a dish out of cheap vegetables. It's gonna be
Best example.
it's gonna be okay, but not great. If you go and get yourself the cheapest doner kebab, chili sauce, fucking chips on it, it's gonna be you're gonna love it.
Why is that?
Shit.
Is that
Yeah.
because of the technique and the
Fat,
sauce?
salt, and a little
Yeah.
bit of blood and death in it. Yeah.
And all the grease is still on the fucking
Oh
knife.
god, that's one thing I really miss is
20
kebabs.
kebabs earlier.
Oh, I could do a kebab right now, man.
Kebabs are actually pretty banging though.
Ah.
Oh, dude, I was in where was I? Austria in 2007 or 2008. Best kebab I ever had in my whole life. And we were snowboarding in the Zelensee. Oh, dude, we paid like €2 or whatever it was.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
It was
€2.
nuts.
Yeah.
You buy like a bottle of rum. I was underage. Sorry guys, if it was whatever. But yeah, €2 for a bottle of rum and €2 for a kebab. You're sweet for the night.
Yeah. You want to buy a vegetable burger and a fucking health drink, it costs you like €90.
Exactly.
It's true, it's
though.
expensive.
Like, you come to my restaurant, for example, right? I can't say it. But it would charge you an extra £6 to have the vegetarian burger.
Wow. That's crazy.
Extra £6, and all you're having is 3 pieces of halloumi deep fried on your burger. And that's
Mate.
it. Compared to a meat burger,
halloumi's expensive though.
which is 2 patties, dude. You get 2 patties homemade, top prime
See, that's
meat.
because I reckon meat subsidized. Like
It is.
Yeah, you know. But I mean, like you look at those documentaries and stuff, you see how much resources go into growing this animal for us to eat.
Well, that's why they should put them in even smaller confined spaces then.
No. Okay, I'm against all that kind of
Like
bullshit.
a fucking.
Well, no, but on that
I'm
point.
with
But see,
free,
on that
free,
point.
free the animal and eat it later.
But see, that's the thing.
Yeah,
is that
that's
I
the
remember-
best way.
But the thing is, when they say like the more free range you make the animal, actually the more expensive it is.
It is. It's very true.
It is.
And there's like we run out of space on the Earth. Like you can
Put
only.
them on the moon.
No, you can't do that.
Oh, so
But look in Australia, right? We have so much. There's so much free space. Fucking take over some space. Put some animals in there.
where's the space? Sorry.
In Australia.
There's loads.
Sorry, Aussie lads. Gonna be the farm of the world now.
Yeah, but
camels.
it's true,
They have
right?
huge camel farms.
But
Camel
but
meat.
look, Australia have the highest like whatever like animal rights and whatever is allowed into their country, right? So you know whatever's coming out of Australia is going to be the top prime products.
Yeah. Well, beef, lamb.
If you eat to this day,
Yeah.
it's still their steak from Australia is better than American steak or whatever, just because of how the cow lives.
Bloodline, innit?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a hypothetical question. So if we went to another planet and we found an alien race
Would you?
that was literally like cows. That was literally like cows. Yeah. Do you think it would be weird for us to just walk up to it like bash it on the head and be like, I wonder what this tastes like, and then be like, you know what? Let's take a mummy alien and a daddy alien and let's like breed it together and let's eat the babies. Like this, but that's like what we're doing on our own.
That, like, if you put it like that.
Exactly, but it's what we're doing on our own planet.
Yeah,
Actually,
it
what
is.
we're doing. And then you're like, actually, let's only get the fat mommies and the fat daddies because they make fatter babies.
Makes sense.
You know, and it's just weird.
That is weird. I've never thought about it like that before. Now I feel bad about all the animals I've ever eaten.
And I've lost all my like meat eating viewers.
Oh no way! No,
But-
I'm still here. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, I mean, still, even though I'm a vegetarian, like, I still look at a duck.
Oh, dude, Peking duck. How did you give up that, dude?
Yeah.
How did you give up Peking duck? Hong Kong, man. Come with a
Oh
wrap.
no, mate! Come on, man! I miss Peking duck. I miss char siu fan so much.
Char siu fan,
Oh,
dude.
char siu
I used to
fan.
make the banging char siu
Yes,
fan.
I miss
Oh,
adobo.
man.
Dude.
You know,
I used to make it always for the old
steak and
missus.
shit, steak and beans. I miss like all like roast chicken on the thingy. But the
Roast
thing is,
chicken,
I don't miss the fact that you're killing anything. And when you think about it, it's like
Why
it's
didn't
like
you kill the animal yourself? Would you eat?
yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
make
because-
a hunting trip.
Yeah. No, but the thing is that I like.
I'm kind of animally. If I was, I'm a vegetarian, but if I shot it, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. The thing is that if it's like old and it's gonna die tomorrow, then it's like you might as well utilize it.
No, it wouldn't be very nice.
I don't-
Young.
But I don't see the point of wasting something. But the thing is that at the same time, I don't want anything to die for me necessarily. Like let's say like I was in the desert with a camel. And like the camel could live a week, but I was gonna die, and I'm gonna sustain myself one more day.
You would have to.
What gives me the right to kill the camel?
Oh, you're cleverer than the camel.
Kill it, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta survive. It's a natural instinct, right? So what you would do is kill the camel, cut it open, eat the intestines, and live inside the camel.
Like Han Solo.
And boom!
'Cause
You
it's
survive.
cooler.
Yes.
A hot Solo.
You gotta survive from that heat, no?
Mm.
You have to survive. So your natural instinct is to survive.
And what the camel's natural instinct is to what?
He's gonna be your. He's
Camel-
gonna save you.
Yeah, but this is
So
the
it's
thing.
going to a good cause.
This is it. This goes back to intelligence. The camel's natural instinct would be to not just wander around till he died.
But look at dogs, right? Dogs save humans. So
But
the camel
see,
can save you.
that's why I'd be cool eating a human.
What?
Right? Then like no, if we were on a mountain and like some guy died, right?
You would eat him.
Like,
You'd eat him.
survival instinct.
Would you eat him raw or would you cook him?
Well, do we have a fire? Of course.
You would
right?
have to eat.
I wouldn't want to cook it just in
Because
case.
like no, because like
Oh,
I was like
hold on,
eating.
hold on. Imagine.
What's eating raw? Like,
Eat
you know
your
that.
head, dude.
No, you can't. No, eating raw is worse for you, isn't it? I thought human meat is bad for humans.
No. I don't think so.
What does a Hannibal eat? They no.
Yeah.
Should we say what does Hannibal eat or what does a cannibal eat?
Cannibal eat.
Cannibal eats meat.
Yeah,
Human
but
meat.
raw.
Is
So,
it?
yeah.
What do they cook it? Hannibal used to cook his meat,
No, they eat it
but he's fictional.
It's not. Although there haven't been many cannibals. I think there's a thing. Isn't
Wait,
there?
hang on. Where do you get your cannibal facts? Instagram?
I don't know.
Instagram as well.
Most probably. Or Facebook, just the local news.
No,
I don't have time to read a newspaper. I work 19 hours a day.
Okay, segue about getting news, because I just saw this the other day. I think Joe Rogan was talking about it, and they were saying that in America, 70% of people get their news from Facebook and
Yes.
Google,
Yes.
and it's just
It
that's
works out.
scary.
It works out. You spend in a week. You spend 2 days on your phone just learning about shit.
So he was suggesting, I think it was Jimmy Dawes he's interviewing Jimmy Dawes, and he was suggesting that because it's a monopoly, it should, like, the thing is they're their own business, so they can do what they want. But he goes, these massive institutions like Facebook, like YouTube, because so many people get their information from them, shouldn't they be like public domain now too? Like, don't you think, like, because at the moment, if Facebook doesn't agree with what you're saying, they have the right to take it off, because it's a private company. You can do whatever they want, you can't complain. But the thing is, if they're suddenly, that means they can tailor news to what they want it to be,
which they do.
right? And if that's your only news source, then you're getting spoon fed.
Yeah, well, it's the same as the tabloids. It's the same as reading the Daily Sport or the
But
American.
a lot of those are regulated by government, aren't they?
Not really. But yeah, I mean, government. But then so is Facebook. I mean, as much as they're a private company, I'm sure if there's something that doesn't want to be said, it won't be said.
Because the thing is, there's the freedom of speech, freedom of free press, freedom of expression. But the thing is, if you don't have the freedom, because let's say like the only way for me to get my word out there is to publish on Facebook, but now suddenly I post something, it gets taken off. I don't have my freedom of expression anymore.
Freedom of speech. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It depends what you're saying. I mean, I've noticed with Facebook, there's a lot of it is a tool. It's interesting. But I was in Singapore. There was a documentary about the data gathering company that basically said that we rigged the Trump campaign. They rigged it in a way that they were doing. They had an algorithmic design software and setup that every day there was 3,400 different iterations of the same advert, designed specifically to people because of their Facebook, Instagram, and their WhatsApp accounts. So
I noticed that.
So they knew that if you lived in a house and you was in a certain type of family, that you'd be more responsive to a green vote now, a green support button that was on the top right. It would design your Facebook ad to that. Whereas your next door neighbour who might hate.
No way.
Yeah, he might hate.
So it's like advertising the same product but in a different way.
Yeah, it was just the support Trump campaign, and,
Just a way of visual.
3,400 different ones a day that they were putting out. So the areas where they were quite anti-black, they would make the design a little bit more fascist. Areas where they were very inclusive, there'd be like a gay couple maybe with a kid. They knew where and what colour to put these buttons where they would be more likely to get hits. And it's all from Facebook data, and Facebook sold it to them, and the company designed it and sold it to Trump. And it was just funny because in a country like Singapore, it's quite, it's quite controlled what they tell you. But they told you this, and it's true. It's Cambridge Analytica is the company that did it, and basically
I remember that was quite big.
Yeah, the huge thing now. They're all in shit now, but only because it came out. And, it's typical of a government. We're gonna get you to do something for us. It works, and now we're gonna fuck you up.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true. It's government contract.
Yeah.
But it's the same
We
time
always
you
get
can't,
fucked on a government contract.
Of course.
but you can't blame it because that's the system we live in. It's gonna get streamlined. It's gonna get more economical.
Yeah.
Like if they're trying to reach the viewers and they're trying to do it in the most efficient way, that's what's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna get more efficient at it.
It's nuts. And so it's inescapable, and that's my point. Was going back to this news on Facebook. It's inescapable. You have to try, and just not fucking be affected by the shit that you think is bullshit.
So
It's hard to tell now because people are stupid.
So interestingly, this was his solution, which I totally agree with. He goes, the best way to combat like people who are sensitive or like to make sure your expression gets out there is just to make sure there's more voices. It's to make sure that and that's why I wanted to do this podcast, was because I was just like, okay, yeah, even if it's not for everyone, still just put it out there, still because I do have access to really interesting people.
Who?
Yeah.
This guy.
This guy.
Well,
And and just get it out there. And
Not
if,
me,
and
yeah.
if it resonates, obviously not me. Otherwise it'd be a solo show.
That's a different kind of thing.
Army, man.
Asian solo cam. I mean, you might get a different.
How much
sort
you
of-
charge an hour?
That's it, right?
Yeah, man. Just go,
Make some money. Tune in live.
Shout out to Jake Paul Connell of
Tell me what to
Stimulate
do.
Productions while we're talking about dirty gays. Love you, mate. He's in France now, south of France.
Oh,
man,
there's
that
really
was-
good surfing stuff.
That was. I mean, we
Yeah, I wanna go one
can
time.
bitch about that for him on his behalf. Like I was shocked. Like he
couldn't make it.
He jumped on a bus. he was here a month ago. Went back to Paris. Came back here on a bus. We were gonna like hang out with him. Then all of a sudden we get a message, and he's like, "I got detained at a border, and then been sent away." And the thing is,
No
like,
way.
the dude's Australian, and I just can't. I can't.
Commonwealth.
Yeah,
Should have got straight in.
Commonwealth.
I was looking forward to seeing him, man, in England.
Yeah.
With all the English dudes, seeing his eyes, little eyes light up.
Yeah, you know, the guy's white boy Australian, you know.
He's
And
butch
they
as
would-
fuck.
they
He's
would
the most,
let
he's
him
the
in.
butchest gay guy I've ever met in my
Why
life.
would they let him in?
Because he
I
wasn't
think
gay enough.
No, I think it was like visa stuff and. Like,
He'd been flying around different
Oh,
jobs
yeah.
as a choreographer and a dancer and an actor, and he'd been jumping about. I think
Yeah.
it was kind of like.
And I think
Suspicious.
yeah,
Yeah.
he just I think he didn't follow up on the right papers. Like he just thought he could get in as tourist, no problem.
He thought he could wink his little blue eyes, and has he got blue eyes?
I think he's got blue eyes.
Yeah, and get in, but he didn't. Try harder, Jake, mate.
Fine, live
next time,
with him for 2 months. Don't know his eye colour. Blue.
Oh, no.
Please be blue.
Oh no way,
It's blue.
that's like the worst thing in the world.
What?
You don't know what colour your eyes are, dude. Your homie's eyes or whatever.
Close my eyes.
Bro.
Well, Chinese, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Open your eyelids so I can tell.
I said, I'm gonna cut that clip. Just post that.
Yeah.
South African.
Yeah, the whole time.
True,
Yeah.
the whole
In
time.
South Africa, right now, this my GM right now in the restaurant. He's a gay South African. And in South Africa, that's illegal.
Mm.
It's illegal.
It's old school, right? It's
No, but it's not actually
It's
illegal.
not written.
just
It's
frowned upon.
unwritten. It's an unwritten.
I've not met many gay South
Yeah,
Africans.
dude, you don't meet many gay South Africans. That's why you never find a gay couple or a coloured couple.
Is that why they're so aggressive?
I think so.
You're pent up.
But you should never find a coloured couple or a gay couple in Africa.
Fucking get beaten up by some South Africans there. Sorry.
Too busy eating steak and fucking
No, but
licks.
it's like the whole thing's changing. Like the whole
I just got this weird image of like Brokeback Mountain in South Africa now.
Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, man,
Bro,
come on,
it's
do
like-
me.
yeah,
Just
man.
do me, man. Come on.
Hey, stop doing that, bro. Come on, now. Let's go. Fuck you now.
Just kill the fucking Springbok.
Hey, come on, block some you. Let's go. Fuck you with the Springbok dildo now.
So yeah, Jake, one mention of his name and everyone goes gay. Gay?
You can't, man. Like, you know.
I can say that.
I'm not gonna edit this. So just leave
No,
it alone.
that is an officially sanctioned
No, you just gotta put explicit.
comment from we're gay friendly. We're friends of Dorothy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean-
Amy had bare gay friends and I had to mingle with them, and I'm chill with them still.
There you go.
No one's saying we're not chill.
Like,
With the,
like, don't worry about the gays coming to beat you up, but like we're good with the gay community.
Yeah, and they're weak because they're gay, so don't worry about it.
That's
not true, because they're all jacked.
It's actually it's not true. They're all
oh my
wedged.
god, I love it if we get a comment from some like absolutely massive,
There's plenty of rich gay dudes,
massive buff South African, but like really gay guy.
There's plenty of
Like,
them.
It's Jack's
Don't-
probably gonna
don't
message me
appreciate
later,
it,
like
yeah.
coming up.
We're fucked. 6'8" South African gay dude.
He's
Fucking
mates
dick.
to the rugby players, mate. He's sort of call him the Rhino or something.
I just have to smile and say, well, you're gonna do it. So you know, just don't look at me in the eye.
And he's gonna be vegan.
I've never met a vegetarian or vegan South African.
No, I haven't actually.
Interesting. I think the culture is just too strong.
I think so. I think we're just born to eat meat.
It's the meat's too tasty. If the meat was shit,
Oh man, it's too delicious. Isn't it?
yeah. There's a place called Mama something or other.
You know
Mama
what?
Jumbo's.
I'm gonna put that out there. If you're veggie or vegan South African, please get in touch.
Please do.
And you're gay, vegan.
And
South
what do
African.
you eat? What is your like?
You win.
What is your national
What are you like
dish?
talking about like there's some sort of alien? Like, what do you eat? How do you survive as a South African that doesn't eat meat?
Because at home, right, we have delicacies like biltong and boerewors.
Was that a Chinese word?
No,
Sounds like it.
biltong.
Oh, biltong.
Do you say bull-tongue?
Yeah, biltong.
I love biltong. Oh god.
Yeah, biltong is dried beef. It's
Sounds
incredible.
Sounds
It's like beef.
Biltong?
Yeah, this is it.
Biltong. It's like eating beef jerky, but even better.
Yeah, it's succulent. It's a
even
bit
more
like that.
tender.
It's a bit like that pork, sweet pork you get from like Macau and Malaysia, and those strips, but it's kind of dried. It's just jerky, but it seems it's juicier.
See, even just then, I was just thinking it's quite weird. Like I turn to you and I just like try to find this affinity. Like I get Chinese people, but technically I'm not allowed to do that. Right? I'm from Hong Kong, but technically not Chinese. I'm not allowed to like.
You just live somewhere.
I'm just hijacking. I'm just
expats,
hijacking.
you know,
So like, where do I belong then?
We no. What we call
Who's my people?
You belong in the
we call it
basement.
freedom walkers. Because we walk, we don't belong to one place. We belong to many
Freedom
different
walkers.
places.
That just sounds like a cop out to like we own this all. Freedom walker, not gonna stop me, bro.
Yeah,
Just go wherever I
exactly.
want.
Just do whatever, man. Like that's how
But
I
I love it.
Like.
It sounds like I'm like this child of the earth and blah blah blah. Actually, it just sounds like you want to own everything. Like whatever I see, it's like Simba,
It's
right?
my fucking
Whatever you
field.
see,
It's my barn.
whatever you see is yours.
It's true though, but in a way, you just get you out of the government and shit.
Simba South African, isn't it? Right? Lion King.
Yeah, Lion King is whole as African. It's from South Africa.
Africa, but what part of Africa?
Safari Desert, no?
Okay.
I don't know.
Come, let's go.
And what about the dark place?
Oh, wait, no. That's
I'm not gonna get you in trouble.
That's probably Johannesburg.
It is. It's
Or
fucking
Kowloon.
rough as shit.
The dark side.
Dark side Kowloon.
Joburg's rough as shit.
That's where you live. You're dark side Kowloon.
Yeah, where do you live in Kowloon?
Not in Kowloon.
It's Saikong, boy.
Oh,
We're over the
Saikong.
mountain, beautiful.
What part of Cyclone?
Ho Chong.
Oh yeah, I lived
Yeah.
in Typo. No, not Typo. Fucking what's that place? Stupid.
Kai Tak.
Clearwater Bay. By the
Clearwater
beach.
Bay.
By the, you got the big.
It's Clearwater, yeah.
Yeah,
Clearwater Bay.
Yeah, you got Clearwater Bay, and you got the little stop next to it. I forgot what it's called.
I know exactly where. Not
Right next to the beach.
Not Pat Shah One.
No.
You
I know what you mean.
You know what I
all that
find.
road down. I'm familiar with.
What I find crazy that people forget about with Hong Kong is like Hong Kong is like 70% jungle,
Yeah.
and people forget about that. People forget about how big the Sai Kung area is and how big, because everyone thinks Hong Kong, they think Hong Kong Island, right? And
It's the least Hong Kong of all Hong Kong Island. I think Mongkok, Kowloon.
no, it's Hong Kong Island is like Hong Kong for expats.
expats.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's Hong Kong,
Yeah,
but that's not. But
the
it's
local
not,
Hong Kong
yeah.
is you
It's like Sai Kung and
when you go into
Kowloon.
more into the different sides of it, especially up in Shamshepo, you got more of the local markets and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The further you go in, you got the warehouses and stuff. That's going into the Hong Kong life.
I actually
So
prefer Singapore.
on
Yeah.
a darker subject, right? Like a lot of people didn't know that Hong Kong's got like meth problems. And like,
Yes.
and I was
It's
dude,
fucking
it's
fucked.
it's brutal. Like,
Right now,
and
meth-
it's all
this
and
meth
they're like,
is
really?
nice.
Like, where's this happening? I'm like, dude, it's all like Mongkok, all that stuff.
Yeah,
It's like
it's all
massive
Shamshepo
problem.
is right now. It's
Yeah.
huge in it. What else? What's that song next just before Mongkok?
Prince Edward. Oh, TST.
Yeah,
Chit
yeah,
Chat
Chit Chat Troy. Chit Chat Troy.
I
Yeah, that's a huge.
That's quite cool.
It's got a huge meth problem and ice problem as well, which is
But I thought meth and ice are the same thing.
a little bit different.
What's the difference?
With different chemicals inside.
Oh yeah, so I
The
watched.
one comes from
Oh,
Hawaii,
dude, I
and
watched-
one's built in Hong Kong.
I watched this crazy documentary, and it was saying like it was like this drug dealer, and he was like, look, I'm not a chemist, but I do know, and it's crazy, is like these guys are looking for that hit that might kill them.
Yes.
So when they hear about people dying from it, they'll come to you.
Yes.
And so it's
It's
like
true.
it's
Because it's the next
crazy.
high. So some people survive the next high, and then they want something better.
Wow, that's like.
And that's when you're talking serious.
And
man.
that's when you must be living short term. You're living.
Yeah,
day-
you're living
like
6
day
months.
to day.
You're living extra.
You must be knowing that you're gone soon. So
Yeah.
like I guess if you got that mentality, like I'm gone soon, I'm gonna have one more hike.
We don't give a fuck. 'cause
Exactly.
you
You're
need
not
it.
gonna give
But
a
then
fuck.
that's the mentality. I live today, die tomorrow.
but like to extreme level.
No, but that's the South African way. I'm not saying South Africans take a lot of meth, but we have to live like we die tomorrow.
No, but so
That's
I mean,
how in Hong
but I
Kong
mean
with
like
drugs.
no, but like that James Dean thing is more like live your best life.
Yeah, but he
But
died
this-
at like 21.
Yeah, but that was not his fault. But the thing is like, so that I get that like live your best life, live with no fear. But when you have that like I'm chasing a high and I don't give a shit, then like yeah, what are laws to you?
Oh,
No,
dude,
you
it was
don't give a
amazing.
fuck.
It was amazing. I didn't think I was gonna live past 23.
You don't give a
I
fuck. You
loved
robbed,
it.
you prostituted.
I was living like on an extreme level every
Yeah.
single day. It was
Wait, what were you gonna say? You prostituted?
No, I don't.
So
But,
what?
no, we should do it.
Call them at hashtag 07572.
If you've got both legs, I'm your guy.
We get a cut. We get a cut because we like.
We just
If you
live
find
in
him through us, we get a cut.
Thank you.
Yep, type in the code. Harry's
Harry space / Simon's space.
Underground cribs.
Yeah.
What else were you just saying? You're talking about him being a male gigolo.
Oh no, just before that we were talking about.
Talk about drugs and
Yeah,
how people are
drugs.
getting fucked up.
Yeah.
No,
Because I guess we always think it's like a problem that's happening somewhere else. Like I think people don't like how did it become such a big problem in Hong Kong?
All started through like trash, just shipping it all in, no?
But surely they don't want it, right? Because
No, they
it's
want
not
it because
regular
money.
customer.
They want it
Yeah,
because
but then the
it's-
customers are fucked.
Yeah, but
Doesn't matter, money.
Money.
Yeah, they
Like
get
is
shit.
it that
It's
much?
serious
Is it
money,
that
though.
much more
It's
money than
serious
Coke
money.
or
Yes,
weed or
yes, you'll make a lot
Yeah,
more money
it's
from
cheaper.
it.
It's so much cheaper.
It's cheaper, so more people come to you. So you have one Coke customer, but you have 50 meth customers.
Damn. Yeah, but those meth customers that go to jail or die.
Yeah, but those 50 customers have bought, in another way, 3 grams of my Coke compared to one customer.
Damn.
Do you understand? It's a whole different way of life over there.
See, it's weird because like
That's what they gotta do.
sometimes I think like you watch these documentaries and you see these things and you're like sometimes I don't like you try not to judge these drug dealers and you're like well you look at their options and this way you can be multi-millionaire if you don't get caught or you even you make your money you get caught you serve a bit of time and then the money's waiting for you.
Yeah, you always have it backstage.
Right, like, yeah, and like, and you're like, oh, okay, I kind of like, you don't have many options. But then when you like, if you're like trafficking in meth, and you see these guys, and you're like, and you know you're probably like, because you don't even know what you're mixing, and you're like, fuck, this is probably gonna kill the guy. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's like that's like.
When you're making it, yeah, it's a little bit weird. But look at the end of the day, right? Well, not all drug dealers are your suspicious people that stand on the street.
Because that's what I mean. You watch like Pineapple Express. That's why I think most people think like drug. It's like he's gonna be mates with guys like they hide together. It's like
Yeah, but no,
it just happens to be that weed is illegal right now. Like alcohol could be illegal, but it's legal right now. If it wasn't, then I'd be an alcohol dealer. But it's just like a dude that's like friendly. But I think there's like a next level. There's a next level drug dealer who just doesn't give a shit about humans.
Oh, of course, that's called a plug. It's their whole
It's
idea.
called a plug.
They just call it a plug.
Is that a name?
Yeah, they're the top dog who's supplying everyone with their drugs, right? So that person actually doesn't give a shit at the end of the day.
No,
At the end of the day,
Yeah, how do
he
you,
is just
how do you
getting
know
money.
this lingo? I feel like this one's not on Instagram.
No, it would be. It would be. It's just a normal thing. It's just I think it's a street word they use around in the country. It's called a plug.
Or
Yeah.
kingpin.
Yeah, kingpin, plug, same thing. But that
No,
person.
but
at the end of the day is just looking for money.
no, but see, that's like I think when you get to like the top level, I feel like you're so removed that it's like whatever.
Yeah, but still, there's still people at the top, right, who still care for the people underneath them.
Yeah, but I mean, like you're not looking
And
at.
that person's
but you're,
making
but
more
you're
money.
not. But I'm saying like you're not looking at the guys that are buying the meth, right? You're like
No.
you have so many people
They
under.
don't give a shit. No,
But I
of
mean,
course.
like, but to be the guy that sees these people coming to you, like.
Oh, that would be
must be so
that must
hard.
be super
And you're
hard.
the one doing the mixing, and you're like.
No,
yeah,
see, you
try
wouldn't
this
be doing
one.
that. You wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
No, see,
Oh, the guy that.
a guy who's giving it to that dealer would be mixing it.
You get
Because
a
he's already getting
and
mixed
that.
from the top guy. Top guy's mixing it. He's mixing it to another second
Are we
channel.
allowed to talk about this stuff?
I don't know. I'm just,
I mean, everyone's seen.
everyone's seen
Everyone's seen
drug
Breaking
documentaries now.
Bad.
Everyone's
seen
Breaking
Breaking
Bad
Bad.
shit like
Breaking Bad was meth.
that. So
Right?
Yeah, crystal meth.
Crystal meth. That's some crazy shit over there though. And so they're breaking it down at least 12 times before it's come to
you
customer.
know the episode I loved about Breaking Bad was when he took over the business, so he ran the business
Yeah.
himself, And then he like had to pay all the shippers stuff, and then he was like, "I make less money now when I was a cook." Right? And I was like, hashtag entrepreneur problems, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what industry.
I love that
The
shit.
top will make the most money.
I
So
love
as
that
a cook, you'll be making always more money.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing is he went one level higher as the boss, and he made less money than when
That's
he was.
what
just a cook.
happens.
There's
That's
more
what some
fuck
people.
ups
That's
than
why some
that.
people like to say as a gardener, and that's why some people go do other jobs.
Yeah, job advice from Harry's face.
Yeah, man.
No, but I mean, I do put it out there. I mean, I totally get. Like, I have so much respect for people that start their own business, entrepreneurs. I'm not saying be a drug dealer. I'm just saying, if you're an entrepreneur. But the thing is like wow, I totally get the job security of not having to.
No,
worry
but
about
also
that.
going back on like being an entrepreneur, right? I think school and that stuff does teach you a lot more. But then also had friends who are actually drug dealers, who actually started their own companies because being a drug dealer has taught them their business way of life.
Yeah, I mean,
So they've used something illegal to their advantage they didn't learn in school to give them an advantage in their future of building an actually legit business and running it successful.
exactly.
They've
Basically, you're a
learned that.
supply and demand
They've learned how to do the maths,
a retailer,
marketing,
shipper.
all that through drug dealing to go and build themselves a business.
They should teach drug dealing in schools.
They should in the weights. That's how I passed school. I'm not saying I'm a drug dealer. I'm saying I learned it from going to a drug dealer and saying, all right, I want an eighth, or I want this, or I want a Q, and learning fractions and kind of stuff, and I learned that going to school.
That's the worst. That's the worst example of learning.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, what did I learn? I learned fractions.
Fractions and money, how to like save money and like do maths and stuff.
I learned how to save
Change.
money because I knew how much an eighth cost.
Yeah, and that's how much change you'll
It's
get
the
if
worst
you give this much
example.
money and.
Yeah.
You
Jared's
learn.
doing ounces at 80.
Alright guys, I'm gonna cut here. It's been awesome. We've gone over surfing, a bit of fitness, a bit of like we'll definitely do a cooking episode one time.
Oh yeah,
Have fun,
hashtag
hashtag
come
this.
Carby stuff
Yeah,
cooking, yo.
we pimped Simon out.
Lovely with potatoes.
At the moment, he is in between jobs. He's open-minded.
If
He
you've
can
got
run.
a camera,
He can run the 100 meters in 50
Yeah,
seconds.
50 seconds improvement today. I'll be out later.
one.
I think it was
Right.
15.27.
That's alright, it's nearly 16.
But the thing is that it's your gear. I reckon if your plans
We're
were
running in some future
definitely,
shoes. Back to the
definitely 50
future.
seconds. So
You
yeah.
have to link the video.
But thanks so much, guys. If you like this kind of stuff, if you like our rambling, just our chats, please like and subscribe. Share it with your friends, tell them about it, and please do comment and get in touch and let us know what you like, what you don't like, and what you'd like to hear about.
That'll be interesting.
Much appreciated.